All rise for the Honorable Judge Foodie.
Welcome to the most prestigious food court on the internet. I'm Judge Foodie. I'm the host of the Judge Foodie podcast. Mario is not here to complain about me banging my gavel, so that's good. We have another diverse jury selection. Well, there's some diversity. Today we have, as always, our beloved Mr. Nick.
Hello, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. A little sweaty, which is surprising in these brisk
Judges get sweaty.
That is true. Maybe it's the hair.
Yeah.
You could maybe do it up in like a man bun. That'd be crazy. And then we have my friend, world famous for his Nuggets with Nacho segment on the Snacksonville food blog, Nacho. Nacho, is this your first time on jury duty?
100%, yeah.
See,
Do you want me to tell you how to get out of it?
What do I got to do?
Yeah.
You have to yell a very... No, you just say, I don't want to be here.
Yo, very mean word, really loud. Well, Nacho, our jury duty works a little bit different because we are the most prestigious food court on the internet. So we're rendering judgment on unsuspecting restaurants and patrons around the world, really. So I'm going to be reading some Yelp reviews and Reddit stories, and we're going to figure out who's in the wrong. So I picked out some good ones this time. I'm pretty excited to get into it. So
Let's do it.
Without further ado, let's get into our first story. So the first story is from a beloved subreddit of this podcast. Assuming I'm
gonna guess, am I the asshole?
that's exactly where it's from. Okay, here we go. Funny story. I actually
Is this your review?
No, but I was listening to a
Hannah's?
podcast today, and Reddit is being really dumb right now. I was listening to a podcast today and actually heard them talk about this story, which is very validating because that means I picked a good one.
Same story?
The same exact story. There's a lot of popular ones on Reddit that people will use on their podcast, and sometimes I'll like steal them, and then sometimes I'll am I really gonna have to like dig this up again? This is such a buzzkill to the beginning, but that's okay.
Do you remember the title?
I do. Well, let's start with a different segment and I'll find it. So I was looking on the internet because you are Nuggets with Nacho, and I found a list or a proposed list of the top 5 chicken places in the United States, and they're all chain places, I think. So I'm going to give you theirs, and then I would like to formulate a top 5 list of chicken nugget places or chicken places. So their top 5. Number 5 is Bonchon. Number 4 is Chick-fil-A. Number 3 is Jollibee. Number 2 is Gus's Fried Chicken, which I think
Never heard of it. Probably
like a California
West Coast thing.
Yeah. And then number 1 is Popeyes. So
KFC doesn't make the list, huh?
So on this particular blog, they had a lot of beef with KFC. They did not care for KFC at all.
Too seasoned.
I'm curious what y'all's opinion is as far as I'm not a big chicken tender chicken nugget orderer.
What do you go for?
The thing is, I don't even go to the places that much. Like, I'm like a burger guy. So when I go to a place that serves both, I always get burgers.
What if you go to a place that specializes in burgers? You get chicken?
No, I just get burgers.
So
I always wonder why they have chicken on the menu at like a Five Guys
McDonald's
or something. Yeah, even at McDonald's, I would.
So you don't get even chicken at McDonald's?
Never.
So you didn't try the chicken Big Mac?
I actually thought about it and then didn't.
It's good.
Is it really? Mario said it was terrible.
It is terrible.
What? No, it's not.
I took a bite, threw it away.
It's the patty is not the normal patty. It's a large chicken nugget.
That's what Mario said. He said that with much disdain.
No, he ate it in the back of a car on the way to Orlando at 8 p.m.
That is probably also correct.
Yeah. So he wasn't prepared for the experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, what is he eats boiled chicken.
Does he really?
He's a biased juror for sure when it comes to chicken.
Anyway, back to the chicken list. Any thoughts? Do you guys have a top 5?
Well, you should go first, Mr. Nacho Nuggets.
Fair enough. Well, Chick-fil-A, I feel like deserved to be there. only because it's like all reliable. I want some chicken. All right, let's go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, what do you get at Chick-fil-A?
I get spicy deluxe
That's what I get too. I
Same.
think that's the best thing there.
Yeah, and then some nuggets.
What sauce do you get with it?
Polynesian.
The Polynesian's a good choice.
Interesting.
That
With the
makes me feel
spicy
like
chicken
a
sandwich?
rookie,
That's
actually.
fancy.
Yeah.
I go ranch because of the
Ranch
spicy
is
chicken
good with
sandwich.
the spicy
Yeah.
chicken for sure.
But for the nuggets, I'm Chick-fil-A sauce.
I think I'm always Chick-fil-A sauce. Maybe
Yeah.
that's just
And
basic.
with the
but
fries and the
Polynesian's
nuggets.
a good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
What else?
Thoughts on Popeyes?
Well, I like Popeyes, but I would never go out of my way to eat it. If I'm in the car and I'm kind of hungry and I see it, yeah, sure, why not? But it probably wouldn't make my top 5. But I do like it more than KFC.
My list is going to be so skewed.
I'm really curious what your list is. So, what's your like number one?
Number 1 would probably have to be the last place that we went to.
That place was really good, and it's a chain. It was called like BB.Q or something like that.
Mhm.
And
Oh, I saw that. And you know what?
worth
And I
it.
looked it up to see if I can get it delivered, and it was too far away.
It is pretty far. It's on like South Side, but it is. I think it's worth at least. You could swing by and probably bring it home. Even,
Yeah.
but like it is worth the.
It'll never make it home. It'll be eaten on the way home.
The
It might
portions
make
were
it home.
huge.
Really?
Well, you're a big eater.
Yeah.
So probably not. I probably wouldn't make it home.
Yeah.
You'd get a kick out of that place too. It's really good. We went and I think we thought it was gonna be like banchan, but like I thought the
It looks
breading on
similar.
It was so much more like crispy.
Because it's a Korean style chicken, right?
Which is becoming like my favorite.
Yeah. Because that's what isn't banchan Korean
Yeah.
fried chicken? Yeah.
Banchan's good too though.
It
Yeah.
was delicious.
Yeah, that was solid. Nick, what do you got?
I think. See, when I think about fried chicken, I don't ever think about getting it bone in.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll go to like a chicken wing place if I want bone in
yeah,
chicken.
exactly.
You know, or like even Publix fried chicken.
I'm with you there. Yeah.
So
Actually, Publix is one of
it's
the
pretty
go-tos.
good.
Yeah.
And you get like you get like a half a chicken for $7.
Yeah,
Freshly fried. It's delicious.
it's very good.
But like, I think I'd have to put Chick-fil-A number 1 simply because I'm just not a bone-in chicken kind of guy.
Yeah, I agree.
So Chick-fil-A would be my number 1. Number 2, like why I think it'd be skewed because I like a lot McDonald's chicken nuggets.
What do you like about McDonald's chicken nuggets that you don't like about like other places? Like what stands
So
out?
the whole argument of like Wendy's nuggets are supposed to be the best versus
That's an argument.
McDonald's.
Okay.
So at least I've heard that.
Yeah. Okay.
don't know
I
from where.
like their like I just like the tempura batter, the crispiness of it.
The batter is kind of unique there, and I think a lot of people do like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if
you
I had
get
to
a
throw
nice
in
crunch.
the like, I think I would probably put Publix number 3.
Publix is good.
Yeah, the Publix deli. 4, I think I like KFC. I also like not only do I like the chicken, I like the like mashed potatoes and gravy. I never have mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
So it just feels like I'm having a nice
Little
southern
treat,
fancy
yeah.
treat when I go to KFC. And number 5, I'd probably put banchan in there.
Banchan.
Yeah.
Banchan's solid.
Yeah.
Do you like Cane's at all? Have you ever had Cane's?
Never been.
Ooh,
And I've
Cane's
never
is
been
good.
to
cane
like
sauce.
well, PDQ's good too, but that's like again, that's not like
PDQ is good. PDQ is a little salty for me.
I feel like their list was focused on like a bone in like a chicken breast.
PDQ was
you know?
within the places that they talked about.
Yeah, I like the sauces at PDQ.
Yeah, I just can't even talk because chicken tenders, like I'll eat them when I'm with him, but then other than
What
that,
about them don't you like? It's like the
It's-
best part of chicken.
it is. I just never.
Do you need the
about it.
bone? Like
I
what's
never
going on?
think about it, like because when I get chicken, I want wings.
I agree.
It's one of those things where it's like, oh, if I want chicken, like there's like a those like trees where it's like a yes or no.
Yeah.
Number one, most of the time, if I
Yes.
really want chicken, it's Chick-fil-A because it's just there's one like a minute from our house.
Oh, really?
And like, it's just good. And then if I don't want Chick-fil-A, I usually want wings. My mouth's kind of watering because wings sound good.
Mhm.
But like, and then it's like, oh, do you want boneless wings or like bone in? And if it's bone in, there's not that many places that like I really like. But boneless wings, I'll pretty much go wherever.
I've been on Wingstop for boneless wings. Like if I want like fried chicken, I'm probably either going to Publix or Wingstop. But I don't like. I guess I forgot Wingstop.
So here's a question, because my wife doesn't like Wingstop. Are there places that you never eat at just because your wife doesn't like them? That's a question for you too.
Miller's.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
You get to eat at Miller's when you convince like a group of people and they like overwhelm the vote of your wife.
Well, that's
It's
again,
I mean,
like
every
4 or
time
5.
he picks a place and we're in a group, it's Miller's, which I like because I also never get to eat at Miller's.
Yeah.
And I get my mountain melt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
the best
good.
thing. Sweet
Mountain
Thai
melt's
chili,
so good.
garlic parm.
Yeah. Miller's is solid.
Is there a place? She doesn't really eat fast food. So like last night, I ordered like $40 worth of Taco Bell,
Heck yeah.
and I made her
Oh my gosh.
and I
that's
made her
great.
chili.
That's
She just
funny.
doesn't want fast food. So usually, if like I'm in the mood for fast food, it's all right, babe, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's when the on your own dinners. I need a list of set on your own dinners because I always forget about the places that I want to try.
Yeah.
Like I really need to put like the Korean fried chicken on. Well, except are there places conversely to what we just talked about? Are there places that your wife will get mad at you if you go without her? Because Korean fried chicken is kind of one of those for us, or any Asian food for me.
So I should say my wife she likes Chick-fil-A. So if I were to like go to Chick-fil-A and come home and be like, hey, I got Chick-fil-A for myself, she'd be like,
Yeah.
what are you
Okay,
doing?
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably Chick-fil-A.
Are there places that you guys go that you're not allowed to go alone?
Chick-fil-A would be one of them, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, every time I go to Chick-fil-A, hey, you want something?
Yeah.
She's
We're like
"Yup,
100%. 10
100%.
count.
Yeah.
No, it's a 12 count.
12 count.
12 count Chick-fil-A sauce.
I'm trying to think if I go somewhere with like friends, like if I go out to dinner with friends and like leave her behind, where would she be mad that I went?
Yeah.
Um,
My wife's kind of gotten used to it because of some of like the Snacksonville stuff when I happen to go with Snacksonville to a place.
Right.
And she's just like, well, I guess you have special privileges.
right.
So,
I don't know. I guess it would just have to be, I think it would just be Chick-fil-A. I think that's what I would have to bet on her answering if this was the Newlywed Game.
that's a solid one. I have quite a few places, but I did find that Reddit story. So we're going to jump into it. So we're in Am I the Asshole? And the story is, am I the asshole because I took all the leftovers home after a work party? I've worked at this company for 3 years. My 3-year anniversary landed on the same day of my significant other proposing, and to top it off, I'm getting promoted. I was expect at least something from my coworkers, like a small party, gift, nothing fancy. I was pretty hurt when I came in that week to find nothing. There were congrats and well dones, but nothing else. I poured my eyes out later to my significant other and expressed how uncared about I felt. He contacted one of my coworkers, soon-to-be employee, and she went to my manager and sent something up. They had a little buffet in the break room, just the common stuff, veggie platter, dips, chips, and sweets like cookies, tarts, and brownies, some banners. At the end of the day, I took the leftovers home with me on the plate or Tupperware they came in on. The coworker, again, my soon-to-be employee, texted me that next day asking if I took the sweets she made along with the plates. I said, yeah, and she got super hostile. Apparently, she wanted to keep those in the break room for those unable to attend the party so they could still eat, and nowhere did she say this was all for me. She also needed the platter back because she was making a birthday cake for her niece. My significant other and I both agreed it was wrong for her to text me like that, and seeing as it was my party, if I wanted the leftovers, I deserved them. But he thinks I should just apologize to keep the peace. If I'm not wrong, I don't see the point. And that's the story.
Wow.
So this gets into some workplace antics, and yeah, I'm curious about your all's thoughts.
Well, she didn't communicate, hey, we're going to leave this for the people that couldn't attend. So it's kind of up in the air of what we're going to do with this leftovers at the end of the day.
It definitely is up in the air.
But if it's up in the air, shouldn't you err on the side of it's not mine to take? I didn't bring it here.
Yeah, normal people do that.
right.
This is not a normal person.
Right.
She seems a little concerned about feeling appreciated for her 3 years of service,
Right.
dedicated service at this job.
Right. So wait, I missed it. Was she leaving?
No, she got promoted, and
She got promoted.
She wanted a party for being there for 3 years.
So
and getting
she threw
promoted.
herself a party and asked people to make cookies for her?
Well,
Her
the
significant
fiancé-
other called her manager and asked them to throw a
Oh,
party.
okay. I missed that.
Which I don't know. Maybe part of it was like because she also got proposed to. I don't know. Some things like if you need like all the people at your work to like.
Some affirmation from those people?
Yeah, it's to me that's like. I don't know. I just at work it's like leave me alone.
You took my platter?
That's the thing that's a little crazy. It's like if
it's
you
not
see one of those like
paper.
homemade Tupperware things, you're like, this is mine.
Yeah, no way.
This was a gift
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's a little psychotic and
Yeah. I mean, she for sure is. I think it's a she for sure.
I think so too.
Should not have taken the platter.
No.
I think you can start there.
I think
And
you can take a plate. Take a
Right.
plate home. That's normal.
yeah, you don't need all of it.
It's too much. I mean, I guess she's not getting loved enough at home that she needs to love at work.
That is definitely a theory. So today, one of the crazy things I got to do today was I got to be the celebrity judge at a pie making contest for the property appraiser's office downtown.
Oh, so like
So,
the
pretty
employees made
prestigious.
pies.
They did. They made 9 different pies, and I got to try all of them and decide,
How many
along
bites?
with a couple other people. I mean, the portions were like 3 bites, so I was able to coast through all of them, take them all down. There were some pretty decent ones. Like they had some talent out
But
there.
there were some bad ones.
Nothing memorably bad. There were a
Just
few
not
where
as
it's
good
like
as the others.
there was like one that, and I'm not gonna name which one in case you're for whatever reason you're listening to this.
It was the cherry pie.
But the filling was like very liquidy. So like when they cut it, it just kind of like
Seeped out.
yeah, and that's when I'm like, that's not a good pie.
Were they all the
Sorry.
same pie?
No, there were like 2 peanut butter pies. Peanut butter is a really popular. I don't
wait,
want to
you
necessarily.
You judged pies and they weren't all the same pie?
No, they're all
Some pie's
different
going to be better than
flavors.
other pie.
So it depends on what you
Automatically.
like.
That makes it a challenge for sure. That's where my judge skills came in.
Oh, so you were fair and impartial.
No, well,
No, he says.
I would say no because some of the ones I liked the best obviously got the best score. Like I really like lemon meringue, and so I just
See?
wrote that one up. So that one, I hope that one won something. I was really impressed by that one.
Well, how much does the crust matter to you?
So that was a whole category that they had us rank, and I was like, I told them at the end because they were asking for comments. I was like, some of y'all need thicker crusts because the crust to me is a big deal with pie.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need to go down this whole pie rabbit hole. But what was interesting about this that reminded me of the story is like they invited me to come eat at their like office potluck prior, and they made me a plate to take. I didn't go eat because I was like, I don't know any of you people.
Yeah, I'm not going to stick around.
But they gave me a plate to like take home, and I was like, that was really thoughtful of them. And they had like, I think they literally brought like to-go boxes for people to take food home, which is super normal. And in this situation, that would be totally appropriate. But if you went and just started packing up the spread, you'd probably get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Like if you just took an entire crock pot.
And like someone's like literally like
Some
the
casserole
baking platter or
Yeah.
whatever. That's crazy.
That's what it sounded like the asshole did.
I don't know how to parse that out, but I kind of agree with Nacho.
Like
I
there's
think
steps.
There's a need for love here.
There's steps, right? Like you're consciously deciding what to do. So she looked at it and she thought,
She thought, I wonder if I should take
I
this.
want these cupcakes or cookies.
Right.
And then underneath that, she said, should I just take this whole platter? And then she thought, this is my party. I'm going to take it.
She's like, no one's looking.
Right. And then as she was leaving, she's thinking, I'm taking somebody's home platter.
What I'm wondering is how many trips to her car it took.
Right.
Where it's like she's carrying like multiple dishes and she's not feeling weird about it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sense of entitlement for sure.
The crazy thing is that no one stopped her either.
I know. It was like, well, I mean,
And had they
that's
know,
another
well,
thing. It's like, what do you say?
well, they had to know she did it because she got a text.
Oh, for sure. They
So
saw her
somebody
do it.
watched her take,
It's on the camera.
and they were all like,
yeah.
she's taking everything.
I would be mad for almost no reason if I saw that.
Yeah.
Like I would, because it's like, it doesn't matter, but like at the same time, don't do that.
I mean, people bring like homemade stuff to our office,
Oh, I'm sure.
and it's in a Tupperware.
yeah.
if there's
You don't take the Tupperware.
right, if you're leaving work and there's still some, you're not taking the whole thing.
No, that's crazy. And I think maybe it's just at the place I'm at in life where I don't need to take that much home. Like, I think I've taken plates home like once or twice, but I haven't thought I would like this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I think we
skills.
should say she's an asshole.
I think we should definitely sentence her. She's
Just
an
tad.
asshole.
Yeah.
What's an appropriate punishment? I haven't been dealing out punishments as much as I'd like, and Maria's been very good about that.
I think she has to replenish and bring back so she has to like present it to the person who made it. She has to make cupcakes
Ooh, I like this idea.
and put it on her platter
Get on her knees.
and give it to her and say, I'm sorry.
Or is that weird?
Well, I mean, if you're into the knees thing,
I think that's a good idea.
what do you think?
I think that would really help her feel humbled.
I think I'd be happy with that. If someone took my Tupperware and I had just cupcakes in there, I get my cupcakes back. Cool.
Yeah.
They probably
And-
sucked, but whatever.
And my Tupperware.
The Tupperware is the most important part.
Yeah, for sure. The Tupperware is by all means the most important part, especially since she needed to make her niece a birthday cake.
Yeah.
So it's probably one of those glass ones that are expensive.
But yeah, it was something
I like
nice.
those.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Farah and Farah. You know, it's interesting. Car insurance commercials tend to focus on the simple fixes. A busted windshield, a banged up bumper. What about the human damages like pain and suffering? Farah and Farah's accident attorneys won't let big insurance forget about your pain. For a fair fight, you know who to call. All right. So I have another story, and I picked it specifically for I picked a few of these specifically for Nacho.
Oh,
Specifically?
That's not great.
Specifically for Nacho. This story is also from Am I the Asshole, my favorite. And it is, am I the asshole for being upset that my ex-husband fed our vegan daughter chicken McNuggets? Hits on many things we've talked about. All right. My ex and I were vegan. I became vegan when we moved in together because he was vegan and he didn't like there being animal products in the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I learned more about the way food was made.
I wonder if
and
they had
I
a leather
agreed.
couch.
I hope not. That would be
Leather
very
jackets.
hypocritical.
Right. Or shoes.
I feel like there's a lot of things that would, a lot of animal products.
Sorry to
out
interrupt,
there.
Judge.
No, you're good. I learned more about the way food was made, and I agreed. I was vegan while I was pregnant, and we've raised our daughter vegan for the past 8-ish years. We divorced 15 months ago. He was not faithful, but while he was a terrible partner to me, he loves his daughter, and during this time, I've tried to be a good co-parent. Yesterday, I picked up my daughter from her dad's house. He wanted to keep her late because he and his partner were going to take the kids, she has 3, to a matinee of Frozen. So it's dinner time when I'm getting her. As we're driving home, she says she's hungry. I offered her my purse apple.
There's a fruit
Hold
in
up.
your purse.
Hold up.
Say when
She has a word for it, too.
Yeah.
This is my purse apple.
Instead of my apple in my purse.
The
it's
apple
her purse
that I
apple.
bring in my purse. It's
Yeah.
her purse apple.
Right.
I should have packed better car snacks for the ride. But she spies the golden arches out the window. She has a full-blown meltdown demanding chicken McNuggets. We get home and she's like blowing snot bubbles. She's so enraged. She howls her way through a bowl of leftover soup. Honestly, I think I was just being an
Probably
asshole at
minestrone
this point.
soup.
There's not that many kinds of soup that you can do, right?
Right.
Because we
Water
have chicken.
tofu.
We have chicken nuggets in the freezer, and it's spelled like the vegan chicken
Oh,
nuggets.
yeah.
I could have just made her that, but rewarding that kind of tantrum seemed like bad parenting. She hates me. I'm a terrible mom. Dad would have let her eat chicken nuggets. She wore herself out crying. She was upset when she woke up this morning asking if I hated her because she ate meat. Obviously not. I don't understand that sentence, but I'm going to keep going.
Like, obviously not. Obviously, she doesn't hate her for eating meat.
Oh, now I get it.
But
She
when-
just straight up admitted to her mom. Okay.
Right.
Carrying on. I spent the entire drive to school reassuring her that I'm not angry with her, but I was surprised that she wanted them. I also reiterated I wasn't happy with her behavior of screaming and hollering when she didn't get what she wanted. I understand that sometimes our emotions feel big, but we have to try to be in control of them and not the other way around.
The replaying what she said to her daughter is hilarious.
But I am f***ing pissed because I wasn't aware of our hitherto vegan daughter. Wow. This one's a
English.
doozy, man.
English.
Our hitherto vegan
Do we
daughter
need to check the judge's credentials?
was now eating meat, and I feel like that's a decision that I should have been informed about. I called him after she went to bed, and he told me I was being uptight, and he didn't tell me because he knew I'd overreact. I'm controlling, and I don't need to be privy to every single thing he does when our daughter is with him. I'm mad. There are vegan options at McDonald's. He didn't have to feed her chicken, but since he did, I would have appreciated a heads up. Also, for a dude who gave me a hard time for craving Oreos, which are vegan, while pregnant with her, kind of annoyed that he's shoveling crap in her mouth, hand over fist, taking her to McDonald's every week. I'd always felt like when she became old enough to choose her diet, I'd let her make her own decisions. If she wants to eat chicken nuggets, give her. But like I feel wildly frustrated that he unilaterally made this choice. I feel like I should have been made aware. I try to keep him updated on her stuff when she's with me. Am I the asshole? This one was a lot, man.
I made my decision a long time ago. I don't need to hear any more evidence.
Does it have to do with them being vegan?
It's not good.
I think when it started, no. It directly has to do with her sentence when she said, well, she said it twice. The first time she said, I feel like I should know when, it said something like, I should know when he's making that decision for us. Like me and him should make the decision for her. She said something like that. And then later she said, when she's old enough to make her own food decisions. So I think 8 is old enough to decide she wants to eat meat.
Yeah.
Second, being 8, like, have they ever offered her the opportunity to eat meat? Because it feels like
doesn't sound like it.
She has suppressed her daughters, who obviously wants to eat meat because she enjoyed the shit out of some McNuggets.
Apparently, she was freaking out.
So, like, I think she's an asshole for thinking that she should control her child's intake when she's 8.
Yeah,
and then I think that
fair.
just blanketly covers. Then she's an asshole to her ex-husband.
So, question:
Yeah.
What does the word "hitherto" mean?
Before.
Why is she unironically using that in a Reddit post?
I don't even know if that's correctly
I haven't heard
used.
that word used almost ever, so that one threw me for a loop.
I've
But,
definitely never heard it.
what do you think, Nacho?
Honestly, she's 8, so she's probably in elementary school. What's stopping the 8-year-old from eating school cafeteria meat?
That's another good question. And
She's got to be taking her lunch to school.
And she can throw it away and eat the school food.
I guess she has some opportunity for sure.
Where's it? Like, she seemed to try to develop this idea that her daughter's choosing to be vegan because she
is
only
being
ate.
forced to be vegan.
She's only eaten vegan while she was pregnant.
Right.
Like, what's the whole point of the vegan Oreo argument?
I don't
To try to
understand
say,
at
like,
all.
look, she's always been vegan even while she was growing.
So what I understand is she's mad about her ex-husband for sure. So
Making the
that's
decision
the point. Yeah,
on his own that she can have meat.
Well, he also converted her to become a vegan when they got together.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
then
that's why
he
she's
stopped
extra
being
mad
vegan.
because she's like, I went hard in the vegan paint, if there is such thing.
Right.
Well, what if he's just trying to get her healthier because she was a little?
Well, then what did the 8-year-old daughter didn't get the chance?
Yeah, bro. I think the whole like vegan lifestyle thing, making your kids do it, and this is my opinion, and I know both whoever watches this, especially on TikTok, is going to hate me for this. I think it's kind of cruel. I think it's subjecting a lifestyle where you're not allowed to try so many delicious different types of food on a kid. I think it's almost the same thing as like not letting your kid ever watch TV or not letting your kid like ever play outside. Like I know those might be extreme examples, but to me it's like your kid's never going to have bacon if it's up to you.
It just seems silly to be upset. If the daughter was like 3, maybe 2, like where you're talking about eating where they're not really eating a lot of food anyway. It's still milk or soy, whatever
very
milk.
Limited there for sure.
Right. She's 8. Like
8's like
she's in
hot
3rd
dog
grade.
age. 8's like chicken nugget age. Like my kid, he's not even 2 and he subsists on chicken nuggets.
Yeah, my kid's almost 3 and he ate a hot dog last night for dinner.
Heck yeah.
Like I couldn't imagine being mad at my wife because she fed him a vegan hot dog, like the opposite.
Yeah. And I think, so for sure, I actually think almost more than, the jury's still out on her. I'm waiting to kind of hear y'all's closing arguments on that, but I think the husband's an asshole for sure.
For not telling her?
I
for
just think
switching
like
up on her.
Yeah, 100%. It's like super hypocritical, and like if you're trying to co-parent, I feel like that is kind of the least you can do if you make a major life. So I think her anger about that is kind of valid, and I think he's probably an asshole anyway for doing the vegan and doing the whole vegan thing, pushing it on the whole family essentially, and then just reversing. I think that's crazy.
Well, technically, there was no evidence that she said that he forced her to convert to veganism.
This is true. Ooh, I like this dimension.
I think what happened was she feels annoyed that he has changed his position on veganism.
He
especially
could
because
have just allowed her.
Exactly. So the daughter probably said, "Daddy, can I have chicken nuggets?" And he was like, "Your choice."
Yeah.
I mean, because then now she's annoyed. Well, 8 years ago, I went vegan for you, and we made the decision that our daughter would do it too, and now you're not.
You
didn't consult me
forcing
first.
her essentially.
Right. So I think he should have definitely told her that he was going to do that, or that he did do that. That should have happened. But for her to be mad about her daughter having chicken is silly.
Because I think some of that anger does kind of come through. Nacho, what do you think?
I mean, probably comes from him being separated from her, obviously. But then it also comes back to you got mad at me for eating freaking Oreos.
I think there is some resentment there. There's
Yeah, like she
definitely
used
closet
examples that like have no relevance now.
I mean, they're both assholes.
Well, we have an update to the story.
Oh.
They're all meat eaters now.
Oh, that would be crazy. This is an update to a post I made almost 2 years ago.
Oof.
Oh, this one. So the
daughter's 10.
first post was 5 years ago. So this one was 3 years ago. This is an update to a post I made almost 2 years ago about my ex-husband altering her husband's diet to include meat without telling me. So the kiddo experimented with meat some. We were actually kind of fortunate this happened before quarantine and lockdowns because we could still visit my parents who are meat eaters and who cook that kind of food and give her some better options to choose from.
Okay.
Positive.
He's open now.
She liked beef, but also really likes cows. Favorite animal after cats at the moment. So decided she didn't want to eat that. She didn't like fish, which didn't take me as a huge surprise because 9-year-olds can be picky like that. One thing she likes most is breakfast sausage. On Saturdays, we go out to a local cafe to pick up breakfast, a new tradition we picked up last spring as a mental pick-me-up during quarantine. If she's feeling like it, she'll occasionally order something with sausages. I tried cooking breakfast for her during our last lockdown, but it was not a success. Oh, and eggs, which makes huge sense because like vegan egg substitutes are crap. And Grandma makes really good scrambled eggs, probably the food I miss the most. We cook those together maybe once a week, and she says she's getting pretty good at it. We still eat primarily plant-based because that's how I cook, and what is cheapest, letting us have some nice luxuries like eating out on Saturdays. So that was the resolution of the meat thing while she's in my custody. We're happy with the solution. Also, that's not a resolution at all. I have no closure whatsoever. Yeah. This is the worst update I've ever read.
That wasn't really
Why,
an
if
update.
she's not set on being a vegan, and she only was because her husband was, why is she still a vegan?
I changed my mind. This lady's the asshole. She's not acknowledging the real problem at all. She thinks she's really like targeting veganism as the problem here, and it's not the problem.
She goes, I'm a part of something. I'm going to stay a part of it.
It's like you guys can't co-parent clearly, like because you're refusing. You didn't mention anything about your ex-husband there, which was the entire problem. And I think she's an asshole. I don't know how big of an asshole, but I think she's gonna.
I think she should be forced to eat chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Ooh,
the 10 count.
Yeah. Or I think she should, because they're so fond of cows, I think we should make him eat a steak.
Yeah.
I don't get how you can not be able to like separate eating a steak and liking cows.
Yeah, I mean that's the age-old argument, right? Or the like pollution argument. It's you not eating the steak is not going to stop the cow.
That cow's going to die.
It's going to happen
eventually.
Eventually.
I mean, it'd have to be 80% of the population doesn't eat meat anymore. I mean, I'm making that number up, but like think about
Yeah.
when would that ever stop? When would your choice
It's
to
not
not
gonna
eat
stop.
animals stop?
It's
Yeah.
not going to stop.
But that's a whole nother argument.
That one actually threw me for a harder loop than I expected.
You seem stressed out about it.
To me, I think I have no closure. I'm angry that I have no closure because when I see an update, I'm like, everything's going to get wrapped up here. Not the case.
Nothing.
Irritating.
No, instead, she let her daughter have meat.
Sometimes.
And then she said that the plant-based is cheap? What?
No, it's
I don't know
not.
what she's talking about. And then also when she's like, I tried cooking breakfast, but it was a fail. I was like, no offense, lady. Breakfast is the easiest meal to cook. I can't screw up breakfast.
Right.
If you accidentally overcook an egg,
Just call it an omelet.
Scrambled eggs.
Yeah,
Like, it's,
right.
it's like not hard. Sausages are not hard.
Right.
Yeah. So that one threw me for a loop. Any closing thoughts to that story specifically?
She sucks.
Okay.
Her child deserves to eat good food.
Well stated.
I think chicken nuggets are the punishment, and she has to eat it. And, yeah, I think that's fair.
Fair enough. Chicken nuggets as punishment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
What a great punishment, by
What
the
a
way.
great punishment. I want to be punished, Daddy.
Yeah.
What dipping sauce are you guys choosing for your punishment nuggets?
We're honey mustard people in my house.
Yeah, from McDonald's, yeah, honey mustard.
Honey mustard probably anywhere, but I haven't had
Except,
McDonald's.
well, you said Chick-fil-A sauce earlier.
I would.
When you go to
you're right.
Chick-fil-A,
You're right.
yeah.
If I'm at Chick-fil-A, I'll get Chick-fil-A sauce.
They have good honey mustard there, too.
I've never had
believe
the
it.
honey
They're-
mustard.
Chick-fil-A
Oh,
sauce
yeah, it's
is
gone, isn't
like
it?
a step removed from honey
Wait, does
mustard.
Chick-fil-A still have honey mustard?
I don't think
don't
so.
know. That's a good question.
Huh.
Honey mustard at
We'll
Miller's
do
is
some
delicious.
research. Yeah. Actually, I don't like it at Miller's.
What's wrong?
It's probably
with you?
Ken's
It's honey
honey mustard
It's the
dressing.
stuff I've seen in a bottle. Yeah. Anyway,
No, it is.
It's not
100%.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the atmosphere.
Okay, so we are going to play our restaurant game. This is a chain restaurant.
Is this the guessing?
This is the guessing. It's a chain restaurant, and it deals primarily in chicken. So I'm going to read the review. It's a 1-star review, and you guys have an opportunity to score some points and, get all the glory that comes
Should we
with
start
that.
like a buzz-in scenario? Because sometimes whoever goes first makes sense, and then you can be like, oh, yeah, that's a good guess. Should we do like a buzz-in?
I think we're just going to go honor system. You
Okay,
just lock
that's
it
fair.
in your brain.
Okay.
So
Thumbs up.
The other week, before I read this one, Mario was like, Chili's. And I was like, dang it.
It's
You
Chili's.
Got it. Yeah.
3 for 10s.
All right, here we go. This was my first time dining at this newer restaurant, and I wish I could say I want to return. Upon entering, I thought it was one of the more upscale restaurants in the chain that I've visited. However, the good experience ended there. As we were being seated, we had to wipe food and liquids off the chairs ourselves. Then we waited 20 minutes for drinks that were too sour or too sweet. The waitress told us that they were starting to make them at some point and then came back 10 minutes later to tell us the same thing. At this point, we were mildly irritated, but hoped to find some kind of redemption in the food. Oh, how we were disappointed. First of all, it was hard to find an appetite for the wings, fries, and tater tots that had been thumbed down by the lady who served them to us. One of the biggest lessons I would give to this location, make sure that employees who are not chefs, these places don't have chefs,
Yeah, cook.
don't touch the food, especially if their line of work is more acquainted to the money handling. The bigger plates were also abysmal. The food wasn't even standard to the chain. It was poor and a disgrace to the company. The waitress did not even dare to ask how the food was. On top of that, the silverware was the most metallic of any that had ever gone in my system before.
What's wrong with that?
You're not supposed to eat the
You're not supposed to
silverware.
eat.
There are definitely those people that bite the
You're
fork
not
while they pull it
supposed
out.
to eat
Ah.
this. Oh my
Actually,
gosh.
the thought of biting silverware makes
It's
me
so
like shiver.
horrible. Yeah.
I wasn't even trying to get a whiff of it, but every bite was made worse by the unsettling scent, and even the napkins were tainted by it. You're not supposed to eat the napkins either.
She's eating everything.
Ooh,
Did she
there you
eat the table?
Hungry lady. At the end of the day, this meal was a huge letdown and an absolute waste of money. I would rather take the further drive to downtown Jacksonville to find a good quality version of this place. I don't want to throw you off, by the way. There is no version downtown, so I don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, because I think I know what this is, and I was like, wait, there is?
I wanted to throw that in because I was like, this is going to throw you off. This person's clearly not operating with a full deck. People always say it's all in the details. Well, the details were bad, but equally matched by the main course and service. What service,
Main
though? The only
course.
time our waitress talked to us was when she took our order, talked about the drinks being made, and brought the bill. That's it. I would ignore some of the
What?
Wow,
words
there's
she's
not a
using.
lot of
You're gonna have
details
to
in that.
sift out some of the truth.
I
But
think
I think there's
I have a
enough.
guess.
And
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
But
I'm gonna tell you you're right because I already know what your guess is.
Okay.
I just
Just
know
based
what
on
it
prior
is.
conversations.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Nacho,
so you go
what's
first.
your guess?
I have no idea. I would like to know what they ordered, but
So
They said wings, fries, and tater
fries, and
tots.
tater
yeah,
tots.
but it's like you can
Yeah,
have wings,
I wish
fries,
they
and
were
tater
more
tots anywhere.
specific too.
It sounds like Buffalo Wild Wings, in my opinion.
That's my
And
guess.
I know that's your
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
because
yeah.
you work there.
Yeah,
and we all know the pitfalls of Buffalo Wild Wings. You are correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah. So Buffalo Wild Wings, known for their 20-minute wait when you get there for anything.
And they're metallic silverware that you eat.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that
I mean,
still.
they have so much finger food. Just use your hand.
So what
Main
are your
course?
So they used words like main course. They're like, I'd rather go
they also
downtown
said
to find
upscale.
another. And I was like,
There's
none
no
downtown.
Buffalo Wild Wings downtown.
And
There's town center, avenues.
the chefs of Buffalo Wild Wings
Is that
whipping
it?
it up.
Yeah,
That's it.
The guys
Yeah.
that get paid $15 an hour.
There
in the
might
back.
be one north. I don't know, but what do you guys think about Buffalo Wild Wings? I actually like.
I love
You have
it.
to like frame in mind what you're getting.
I want to go. Today's Wednesday. They have the all-you-can-eat
Oh, is
boneless
that
wings.
today?
It's Monday and
It's
Wednesday.
just is it
Oh.
lunch or dinner?
Both.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that when we went one time?
We did do that one time. I
Yeah, it's like
think.
20. It's like $20 for boneless or 25 for mix and match.
I would pay $20 for boneless, easy.
Yeah, I can eat 50 of them.
So
Ooh,
their
that's a lot.
sauces are solid. That's the best
Yeah.
thing. It's like the traditional wing quality, in my opinion. There,
Meh.
non.
You know you
They're
know,
okay.
but they fry the wings in beef tallow.
I didn't know
What?
what they fried it in. I worked
Really?
in their
Yeah, it's
kitchen for
fat.
like 3
Huh.
months, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
was
it's
a
in beef
newbie.
tallow.
I-
So they have to they pour it's like what
Yeah.
fat is, right?
It's
and
literal
and then
fat,
it
and
melts
then
into
they-
the fryer.
But,
Oh, so it's lard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much.
same thing. Same thing. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I think, like you said, finger food. It's just like mozzarella sticks, fries. You can't really go wrong because it's just fried food.
The burgers are good too.
Yeah.
But I don't think you go there for like a top-notch dining experience. You usually go there. I mean, if there's an all-you-can-eat or a good deal, or to like watch sports.
Yeah. You're not going there to enjoy like a atmosphere of wine and a good cooked meal. Like you're going there for fried food and loud TVs.
I also wonder what they ordered, because if you're ordering
Right.
anything from the liquor side that's not a margarita, like say I'm gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings to order an old fashioned.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you're not doing that.
Too sour. Yeah. I mean, they have a good beer selection though. Like
Yeah.
I've never been mad at that. You have to not be in a hurry, but that like if you're not in a hurry, it's fine. The servers have been nice. It's just
I mean, I get it because my last experience at Buffalo Wild Wings was kind of the same, where it was like they just showed up, took our order, and then came back when I needed a drink, and then bill.
you know what I
Which
like?
I'd rather. That.
Yeah, that's
leave
fine.
me alone.
You know what they implemented last time I went, and I don't know how old this review
app?
is. The app.
Yeah, or like the
Where
QR
you
code
can
or whatever.
order-
yeah.
You can literally order a beer from your table.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no offense to the servers, but it's like, I kind of know this menu. I know what I want.
yeah.
I don't even need you. Like, I'll
Right.
tip you. I don't even care.
Right.
Like, just bring me my stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm happy as a clam.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm stoked you guys both nailed that, and I'm kind of craving Buffalo Wild Wings, to be honest.
I know. All you can eat. It's Monday and Wednesdays.
I'm gonna have to.
I
plan
went
a
there when it was
Wednesday.
there.
When I'm off next Monday.
I went there when it was the first time it came around, like 7 months ago, and I haven't been since it came back.
7 months ago. I can't remember the last time. Mine must have been longer even, but yeah. Yep. Good times. Cool. Well, I got one last story for you. I saved, I think, the biggest doozy for last. This was another one I actually heard on a different podcast that I was like, yep, I'm going to read that one. So it is from Am I the Asshole?
Mm-hmm.
It is, am I the asshole for refusing to cook after my boyfriend tried to critique my cooking with a literal PowerPoint presentation?
That's it. That's got to be where it ends.
This one's great.
How many sides?
My jaw dropped when I heard this one.
Yeah.
So this happened a few days ago, and I'm still trying to process it. For context, I, 28 female, have been with my boyfriend, 30 male.
We've no male and female.
Yeah, these guys are, they've been in a lot
They've been
of
in a lot of
stories.
stories.
For almost 2 years. For context, I've We live together, and I've always done most of the cooking because I genuinely enjoy it, and he claims he can't even boil water without setting off the smoke alarm.
Okay.
What?
The other night, I made one of our favorite meals, and while we were eating, he got a weird smirk on his face. He then says, "You know what? I've been taking notes." I laughed, thinking he was joking, but then he said, "No, really, I made a presentation." I still thought it was a joke until he got up, connected his laptop to the TV, and opened a PowerPoint titled, "Improving Our Home Dining Experience."
They don't have airplane, do they?
I guess not. I was in disbelief as he went slide by slide critiquing my dishes. Slide 1, too much garlic. Slide 2, pasta consistency. Slide 3, more salt, less sass. The kicker was slide 8, which was just a photo of Gordon Ramsay facepalming with the caption, what he'd think. I was stunned. I told him if he had such detailed opinions, he
He can cook it himself.
He should cook himself.
Yeah.
He tried to backtrack, saying it was all in good fun and that he was just trying to help, but I wasn't laughing. I haven't cooked since, and now he's been living off of cereal and takeout. He's sulking, saying I'm overreacting and ruining the joke. So Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to cook after my boyfriend presented me with a PowerPoint critique of my cooking?
No.
Yeah, absolutely not.
No.
I feel like, I've been married long enough where it's a little crazy to me that he actually went through with
The
this. and then showed it
PowerPoint
to her.
is insane.
How long do you think it took him to do it?
It's-
Obviously, some thought, and he
8 slides is enough work where
Yeah.
it's like, you're crazy, buddy. You're sleeping on the couch.
yeah, if you just say, hey, I like the pasta to not be boiled so long, right? I like it more al dente.
So,
But if you make a PowerPoint slide, insane,
And
That-
he doesn't cook.
right? What do you know?
he's like, I'm good at tasting things. Which, to be fair, is kind of what my friend Snacksonville does.
Yeah,
But one thing that I think is very important in these, and you guys are both married, so you can maybe attest to this. I like to give my wife a lot of compliments when she does a dish super well.
Yeah.
And just say the things I like about it,
yeah.
because you can't only critique.
You know
Ever.
what I've learned is I used to get kind of annoyed when I would make a dish and my wife would ask for the salt. I'd be like, "Is
Okay.
it not? It's not good. Is that why you want salt?" Because if something's not that great, you just add salt to it and be like, "I can get through this."
In those
Yeah.
instances, would you
Yeah.
agree with her, or is this
I guess it just depends. She's weird. She puts salt on pizza.
okay?
Ooh.
So maybe
She just
you're
loves
operating
salt.
from a different point.
So now if I make something, I just give her the salt shaker. It doesn't bother me anymore.
yeah, no, that would make
Yeah.
sense.
Mhm.
How about you, Nacho? I know you cook a lot.
Oh, I'm the cook at the house. My wife cooks maybe once a week. And if
I
she's
enjoy your
lucky, it's
cooking.
0 times a week. But we just kind of have fun with it. When we were in college, we made a meal called milanesa. It's like country fried steak, but South American
Ooh,
style.
nice.
She made one that was atrocious,
Oh no.
and we laughed about it. And she gave it a
Right.
nickname, and I forgot what it was called. But every time she would cook, I'd be like, "Oh, please don't make an
Yeah,
insert
yeah.
name here."
That's funny.
And it was so salty. Like, we put it in your mouth. It's like you're putting an entire jar of salt in your mouth. It
Yeah.
was so bad.
There was one time. So first of all, just for context, me and my wife started cooking together a while ago, and we have very similar palates. So a lot of times we'll agree on things, and she's gotten really good at cooking. Almost everything she makes is a winner now.
Nice.
There was one time early on in our relationship where I was making chicken dumpling soup, and she gave me the
Ooh.
recipe. Yeah, it sounded
Like
super
homemade
good.
dumplings and everything.
No, we just used I think it was basically the Olive Garden chicken gnocchi. So I think we used,
Oh, okay, yeah,
so
yeah.
it really
Gotcha.
wasn't chicken dumpling, it was chicken gnocchi.
Okay.
But we used the gnocchi, and we didn't have the whole milk or the half and half or whatever for it. I was lazy. I used coffee creamer because I was like, it's probably the same thing. It'll add maybe a sweet element.
Do you know what that's made of?
It did not.
Oh,
It was
God.
disgusting.
Do you know what it
ruined it.
is?
We threw it out and then went to McDonald's.
It's oil.
Well,
Yeah.
whatever it was, it didn't taste good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I can
yeah,
only
no,
imagine
that
why.
that was me embarrassing myself by.
That's funny. Coffee creamer. That's hilarious.
It was one of my finer moments, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think easy, innocent. No.
she's for sure not the asshole for not
Yeah.
cooking for him. He can figure it out. It is
Yeah.
not that hard.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of weaponized incompetence.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. There was
So-
some malice in there for sure. Just a little bit.
I think it's warranted, and they're dating. So.
Like, you got to swallow that, man. Don't make a PowerPoint.
I mean, swallow the food, not the what's wrong with
right.
Yeah.
So we have an update.
We're now broken up.
Oh, I hope so. Hey, Reddit. So it's been a wild ride since I posted my original story about my now ex-boyfriend's infamous PowerPoint presentation critiquing my cooking. I can't thank you enough for all the support, laughs, and even the outrage on my behalf. Buckle up, because here's the follow. You didn't know you needed. After reading your comments and taking some time to process what happened, I decided that our relationship needed a serious talk. I sat him down to discuss how his presentation came across as not just unfunny, but pretty disrespectful. You know, typical mature relationship stuff. Well, what does he do? He smirks and goes, "Oh, I was prepared for this." He actually grabs his laptop, connects it to the TV again, and presents me with another PowerPoint titled "How to Take a Joke, a Comprehensive Guide."
Oh my God.
Yes, folks, he made a whole slideshow explaining why I needed to learn how to, quote, chill out, unquote, and, quote, appreciate humor, unquote. Slide 1 featured a meme of a clown putting on makeup with my name plastered over it. Slide 2, a bullet point list titled "Why Your Overreaction is Hilarious." Slide 3 was titled "How I'm Clearly the Comedian in This Relationship." At this point, I was too stunned to speak. But then he pulled out slide 6, things you can do while not cooking because you're mad. The audacity, right? It was as if he really thought he'd win me over with this next level presentation. Spoiler alert, he did not. So I did what any rational PowerPoint loving person would do.
She made a PowerPoint to break up with him.
I made my own. I stayed up all night crafting a presentation called "Why It's Time to Move On," a farewell guide. It had everything: flowcharts mapping his incompetence in the kitchen, pie charts illustrating my happiness before and after the great presentation debacle, and my personal favorite, slide 9, a gif of Gordon Ramsay yelling, "Get out."
Yeah, get out. Nice.
This morning, I sat him down and went through my PowerPoint with the same energy he had given me. His reaction was priceless. He started with that same smirk, but lost it somewhere around slide 4, top 10 reasons you're moving out today. By the time I got to the resources for finding your own apartment slide, he was packing a bag. Now, before anyone worries, yes, he did actually leave, and no, I didn't even have to threaten him with slide 12, which was just a photo of me blocking the Wi-Fi router. So yeah, we broke up, and I'm single, happy, and cooking meals for myself without any critique except my cat's judgmental stare. And to those who said I should make a breakup PowerPoint, just know your wish has been fulfilled. I still can't believe how all of this went down over the course of one single weekend, but now I feel pretty good about myself. Thanks for all your comments and support.
Yeah. I feel like you probably could have worked through that. I didn't know that they were living together. That's a big deal. But
yeah,
I like the update.
the update was very
You
satisfying.
finally get the
for
closure
me.
you wanted.
Yeah.
I feel great right now.
Yeah.
Compared to the vegan story, this
The vegan
was
story
like
was
what
bad.
I needed.
Yeah.
So just shout out to that girl. You're an absolute boss.
After hearing this stuff, I'm wondering, like, is my wife on Reddit asking questions about our relationship?
It's a good question.
Freaking me out.
Is there an
How would I ever find out?
Are you going to be
I would never know.
32 male or something
yeah.
like that? Yeah, no, that's a valid question. You'll never know.
I'll never know. I
unless
guess
it
that's
blows
ignorance
up
is
and
bliss.
someone shows it to you.
Yeah.
Oh man, like, am I the asshole for getting mad when my husband orders $40 at Taco Bell?
Right.
It makes me chilly.
Hey, that's your choice.
Dude, $40 at Taco Bell is a lot of tacos.
Oh, yeah,
but
it was good.
It's a good
And
decision.
I ate the whole thing.
Well, very cool. Yeah, man, that last story put me in a good mood. I think it's a good way to end.
I think so.
Sounds good. If you guys have any crazy stories you would like to share with us, please do email them to judgefoodiepodcast@gmail.com. I will read them on the air, 100%, especially if they're any good.
Awesome.
Nacho, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. These were some peduncular stories.
Yes, I picked them
weird.
just for you. If you haven't checked out Nuggets with Nacho, I don't really know if this benefits you, but check it out.
Yeah.
'cause
Not really.
They're pretty entertaining.
We can go eat more nuggets.
That's
So,
true. It
yeah.
enables us to get more nuggets, and that benefits us. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.